Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am going to show you some really simple Photoshop tips and tricks on this channel. Everything that I use is going to be from either another idea that I've taken from a website or something that I've come up with myself. But if it's something that I've taken from another website or somebody else's idea, I will post the link down below in the description of each video. Also, some tools that I use are a bamboo drawing tablet with the pen that goes with it. I find this very helpful. It's not necessary, but I think it's really helpful to use. Today I'm going to show you how to create a really pretty kind of holiday type picture with a moon and clouds and Santa flying through the sky with stars and like little sparkly things and then a text effect on the bottom. I did get this picture idea from another website and I will post the link below. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so probably one of the most important things to show you first is the reference website that I used to make this picture. I'm going to put the link to it, although it's right here. I'm going to put the link to it in the description of this video. But it's Beautiful Fluffy Clouds in Photoshop Christmas Tutorial. I stumbled upon this website while trying to figure out how to make some realistic clouds. In this tutorial, they instruct you how to paint your clouds and create your own brush, but I thought that was a little bit too difficult for me. So I actually also discovered this website that gives you a downloadable kit with these 25 magnificent clouds, as they're called, 25 brushes, and with a little tutorial video right here of how to use them. And then you can just download those for free, so I definitely recommend those. Okay, so this is my actual Photoshop file to create this picture that I used. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. You need a sky layer, a moon layer, a cloud layer, the Santa Claus layer, a layer of sparkles, a layer that says the Merry Christmas text, and then to add that antique feel, the paper layer. You can also add stars if you want. I'm going to put them in this tutorial, although I did not put them on my original picture, just so that you can also know how to do them. So, yeah. Alright, so once you've downloaded all those brushes, you're going to go to a blank file and open up a new one. You're going to size it in pixels, and it's going to be 2,550 pixels by 3,300 pixels. And you're going to hit OK. And so now you have your new layer. I'm going to put it next to this one for right now just to show you. And the first thing you're going to want to create is your sky layer. See here in my original, it's just a simple blend down here. So you're going to go to the gradient and you're going to edit your gradient. You can start off with just a basic black and white and set it to the colors you want. I used a purple color. So go like a dark purple that's very close to black. And blend that into a black, like that. Hit OK, and then you draw it right on here. These might not be the exact colors I used, but they'll work. Okay, so to create a star layer, I didn't do one over here, but I'm going to show you how to do one in my new picture. You're going to create a new layer and fill it in with black. So you're going to want to set your foreground color to black and just fill it in with the paint bucket. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to go to Filter, Add Noise, and go to between, I'd say about 150. You could do more or less depending on how you like it. And then you're going to go to Blur and do a Gaussian blur on it. Do about 3 or 4 pixels. Okay? And then you're going to want to create a new adjustment layer. And I'm going to create levels. And then I just adjust it until I get the amount of stars that I like on mine. And so I like it right about there with about that much amount of stars. And then to avoid a problem that I've been having, I add another blank layer on top of it and then I merge the 3 together. If you don't have a similar issue, you don't have to do this, but that's just something I like to do. Then you're going to set the layer to screen so that it shows up above your gradient. And that's how you create the stars. Okay, now to create the moon, you're going to create another new layer and draw any ellipse about the size that you want your moon. You're going to want to color it in white. So set your foreground color to white and color it and draw your moon about right in the middle of your sky. Nice and big. That's not really in the middle, but I go and I just move it right where I want it, in the middle of the sky, right about there. And then you're going to want to select your moon. The best way to do this is with your magnetic lasso tool, or at least that's what I use. You're going to want to create another new layer on top of that, and go to your moon layer, or your ellipse layer, and just drag your mouse or your tablet pin around the moon with your magnetic lasso tool until the whole entire moon or ellipse shape is selected. Once you've done that, you're going to want to go to your new layer with the moon still selected, and set your foreground color to a dark gray and your front color to a white. You're going to go to Filter, Render, and then Clouds to create the moon's texture. This doesn't really look much like a moon yet though, because it's flat. And so you're going to want to go to you're going to want to go to Distort and then Spherize to make it look more like a planet, like it is, or like a moon. And then you can actually delete your ellipse layer, because that just creates a base for this. You can deselect it too now. Also, to make it look more realistic, you can add a glow effect if you want. So you're going to go to Layer, Layer Style, and then Style Settings, and then Glow. You want to do an outer glow and set the color to white. And then drag it to make it as big or small as you want, and then change the opacity until you get it about how you like it. And so that is how you create your moon. So after you make your moon, you're going to want to make your clouds. You need to have downloaded those 25 brushes that I showed you earlier. So now you're going to use them. You're going to go over here to brushes, and you're going to go and select your brush right over here. And if you don't see the 25 cloud brushes that you downloaded, you're going to want to come to there's little 2 arrows right here, and you're going to hit Load Brushes. Mine are saved to my download file on my computer, and so I'm going to save 25 Cloudscape brushes, and I'm going to load them in, and then they show up in their own little folder. You're going to select a shape of brush, it doesn't really matter, and then you're going to want to make it large so that it covers the area that you want it to. You're not going to really actually draw with it, you're going to just kind of place it. I'm going to choose to set the color of my clouds to kind of a gray color because it's nighttime, and then I'm just going to click and place them wherever I want to. Now for me, I accidentally just did that on my moon layer, so you're going to want to create a new layer first, and then you're going to want to place them on there. And then you can just do this with all the different kinds of cloud brushes that were in the set. And just kind of play around with it until you get the layer of clouds that you want. So, make this a little smaller. And you don't want to actually paint with them. You just want to make it large enough so that you can kind of stamp it on there, like so. And then after you get through doing that, you can take your eraser if there are just bits of the clouds that you don't like there's a few pieces in here that I'm just going to erase. And so there's my cloud layer. I didn't make it as big as on my first one, but it's to the same effect. Okay, so now you need your Santa sleigh with all his reindeer flying in the sky. And so to do that, I just googled Santa sleigh flying silhouette. I found some that I liked that don't have a another graphic or copyright on them, because you don't want to use anything that isn't yours. So I'm going to use this one. It's a little whimsical. You're just going to copy, paste into your document. Okay, so now we have Santa and his reindeer, but they're on a white background. How do we get rid of that? You're going to use your magic wand tool, and should select everything except the reindeer and Santa. Okay, so once you get everything cut out that you want cut out, you're going to zoom back out. Then you're going to take Santa and his reindeer, and you're going to drag them to the size you want and place them over the moon. Now, it might look a little cheesy just like this. And so what you need to do is you go to Blur and then Motion Blur. You don't want to do too much of a blur though, so it's not completely obvious that you cut things out, but you gotta set it to the angle that you want them to be flying at. So I'm gonna do a little of about 6 for me, because that's how much. Not too much so that they're a complete blur, but just enough so that way you can still see them. And that is how you add reindeer flying through the sky. next, this is optional, but I like to add the little sparkles. So you're going to add a new layer on top of everything else. And you're going to go up to your brush tools, and you're going to go to assorted brushes, and then I have a little sparkle tool right there. You're going to want to change your brush settings so that the scatter is up. I'm going to use a very subtle yellow color for mine, and I'm just going to trail them along behind Santa. I wanted to use a little bit of a gold yellow just so that you could kind of tell the difference a little bit between the sparkles and Santa. Then you're going to want to go to layer and layer style to make them glow. Again, I'm going to use this time I'm going to use inner and outer glow, but then I'm going to use the same kind of light yellow golden color just so that I can make them glow a bit more. Go. And so that's how you add the sparkles to it. Okay, we're almost done, and we're going to add the text to it now. So you're going to go to your text tool and draw your text box about in the middle of the page again. And you're just going to type Merry Christmas. Okay, so now that I have my text the size I want, we're going to go to layer, and again, layer style. I'm going to bevel it just so that it's kind of pretty, and just so that it's a little bit different from everything else. For the glow, I'm going to give it a white kind of glow again to make it fancy. And that's how you add the text. You can change the styles, of course, in any setting that you want. That's just how I like mine to be. And you can add more sparkles around it too, because that's another option. Okay, so this is optional, but you can add a paper texture, as I've done here, to your picture to make it a antique type of effect. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to Google again, and you're going to search for a paper texture. I'm just going to pick a random one. I like this one right here. And so after you've selected an image, you're just going to want to copy and paste it directly over your other one and transform it so that it fits. Once you get your paper positioned how you like it, you want to change the blend layer of that level to soft light, and that should create a really cool texture for it. You can also try, if you don't like that, you can try different kinds of effects, like overlay works well. You could do overlay, or screen, I'm sure works. Screen kind of shows the paper through a little bit more. I'm going to use overlay. That creates a nice texture. And so yeah, you're done. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my tutorial. There are more to come. If you like this, please comment, rate, or subscribe, and be sure to like it. And yeah, have a Merry Christmas. Bye guys.